welcome back to the Fermented World channel. Today I am looking in on the Kilju. Now if you don't know what a Kilju is, you need to go and watch the other video. If you do know what a Kilju is, then we are checking in on it. And we're going to see where the fermentation is. We're going to take a hydrometer test, check it out that way, and then I'm going to check the, I want to say fruited Kilju, but it's not because it's got fruit in it, because a Kilju literally just has yeast, water and sugar, nothing else. So we're going to undo this lid, which is probably going to be difficult because it's been on for some time. Oh no, that's right. Pretty simple. Let's move some stuff out of the way and then I can rest that safely on there. Now this is still active, it's still fermenting, but we want to have a quick test. Weird. I didn't get a glass to taste it with. A glass! So, first things first, scientific. Let's take a hydrometer test. These have all been sterilised. Oh, that's got some fizz on it, I can hear it. Okay, there's still a hell of a lot of sugar in there. Like a crazy amount of sugar. What did this start at? It started at 1.108. It's around the 50 mark. So let's take a small bit out to test it and then put the rest back in. It's been sterilised, so it's perfectly fine. And I do actually need to just go pop this through the sanitizing water because I'm going to be using it for this as well, and I don't want to contaminate this with anything that's in there. Although there might not be anything nasty in there, I just don't want to risk ruining something that could potentially be a nice beverage. And just like that, they're clean. Even did the turkey baster as well, because that is going to be now this is like forming bubbles like just in this glass with this small amount, which means the yeast is still heavily suspended in there. Now I can't see any on the bottom whatsoever, as where with this wine, Kilju orange wine, the yeast is actually at the bottom, as where with this the yeast is just all over the place. The smell reminds me of when I was brewing a sake, strangely enough. There's still a lot of sugar in there. It's at like the 50 mark, so yeah, it's got a lot of sugar. So let's do today's date, 28th. 1.050, I think we said, wasn't it? And I remember I had to actually put another packet of yeast in these because the packet of yeast was dead. After 2 days it wasn't even doing anything. So that's where we're at with that. I am just going to close it up and leave it. Let it do its thing. Can't really taste any alcohol in it. The smell has a slight bit maybe of ethanol. Just sugar basically. That's all I can taste. And we want that sugar to disappear. All of it. And as you can see, look, the fermentation is still very active because this has got positive pressure straight away. So let's move that one out of the road. Down here. Let's move that out of the way. Get a clean glass. because we don't want crossover flavours or anything. Excuse me. And we're going to do the orange Kilju, which is essentially an orange wine, not a Kilju. Right then, let's open this bad boy. Give this a go. It had the same amount of sugar in, 1 kilogram of just normal everyday sugar. Very big citrus smell, which is to be expected with the oranges. We're going to go deep in this, I think, and try not to draw. What I should have done is I should have squeezed all the air out first, then plunged it in, then took a glug. Wrong one. I'm going in to drink it straight away with a sodding glass instead of the flipping hydrometer. Now it's maintained quite a nice colour actually. If that cleared out, I can imagine it being a crystally kind of really golden or pale kind of orange. Just push them down because they are rafted again. I mean, I don't even know at what point I should take the oranges out. Can't see them be doing anything now. Whatever they were going to add to it, surely they would have already done that. Oh wow. This has actually gone dry. It is literally the density of alcohol, which is 0.990. Wow, so it's actually ready to take it off. I'm going to have to take this off the fruits then, probably tomorrow. Bit of an odd flavour in there. It's got a bit of a punch, it's got a tang, a bit of a warming sensation, and it's quite nice on the tongue. That's not even that bad. That was literally just 2 bags of oranges, sliced in half, juiced, and then the carcass or the skins and everything just left in there. All the sugars have gone now. There's no sugar left in there whatsoever. And it's quite nice. Now, I'm not a fan of dry beverages, but that's actually quite nice. But it has definitely got a bit of a kick. But it was a bit of a save the oranges moment anyway, to be fair. For the simple fact that I think a couple of them had gone mouldy, so I took them out. Took the mouldy ones out, ditched them, sterilised the others before I actually used them for obvious reasons. And then, yeah. So, I mean, that was actually still bubbling away. So I'm assuming that maybe some sugars laying in the oranges is still being fermented. But that's good to be taken out off there and left to clear out. So that's tomorrow's task. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that onto this video. Make a note. 28th. It was at 0.990. Is that right? 0.990. Yep. Which is the exact density of alcohol. Water is 1.000. That is the density of water. You add sugars to it, that causes the hydrometer to go up and up and up and up and up, all the way up to 120, and you can't really read it past that. So anything past that, you know, is going to be devilishly strong and probably very, very sweet. So that's all for today. I'll pick up the rest of this video tomorrow. So yeah, thanks for watching. Take it easy. Right, so this is a follow-on from yesterday where I checked the orange wine and it had gone completely dry. So it does not need to be on the fruit any longer. I'm going to take it off the fruit. It tasted okay. Bit sharp because it's dry. Not sure whether you can add any sweetness to a wine. Not sure I want to. So I'm going to leave it as it is, and that's that. It was meant to be a Kilju, but it didn't turn out to be a Kilju for the simple reason a Kilju is just sugar, water and yeast. That's got oranges in. So it's more of a wine than a Kilju, as I keep saying over and over again. So remember that. So yeah, when I checked this last time, it was 1.050. Now the orange wine was slightly higher than that because it had the orange in. And that's actually gone 100% dry. So that's gone turbo, as where this seems to be stunned. Now, is there nutrients of some sort in the oranges which has allowed it to go? Because I haven't put any yeast nutrients in. Let me just add the J back to that because it's been bothering me. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in, per instructions, 1 level teaspoon of yeast nutrients. Sorry, I had a mind blank then. Yeast nutrient is ammonium sulfate, and we're going to mix that in. Simple as that. Nothing else. We're just going to do that, pop it on, done. Mix it in slightly, not too much because we don't want to add any oxygen to it, otherwise we'll kill the fermentation and send it all bad. So I'm going to get my little mixing stick, which I've forgotten to sterilise, so I had to do that quickly. And we're going to add 1 tablespoon of this to this, which should have gone in beforehand really. I don't know whether this is going to knacker it up. If it does, I'll just restart the process and... Oh, that fizzy! It's all fizzing up now. Seems happy. It's like, yeah, that's what we need! I'm just going to mix that in gently. Try and get it dissolved. What that does is it just helps the yeast along. It gives it nutrients that it doesn't have per se. So sometimes with honey, when you're making a mead, it's a good idea to add some because it just adds extra nutrients for the yeast, giving the yeast the ability to just cane through the sugars. Right. So that's where we're at with that. Now I'm just going to pop the lid back on quickly and leave that to go now. Move that to the back. Just need to drop this in the solution again in case I need it. Probably won't need it, but just in case. And onto the orange wine, which we are today racking. I'm going to take it off the fruits, get rid of them. And because it doesn't need to be on the fruit anymore, I can't see it adding anything to it. Gordon Bennett, when these are on, they're on. There we go. Whew. That's my workout for the day. And I didn't think this through. That needs to be down here, and that needs to be up there. Because we use gravity. And as simple as always, I'm going to speed this up because it's always boring. So this is very, very cloudy. Just adjust that. Which is to be expected. It's still got yeast particles floating around. Quickly Googled it, and oranges, or any citrus fruit really, has something in it called pectin, which is a particle, I think it's a protein particle, don't quote me on that. And what this does is it causes a haze. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put pectolase in, which helps break that down, and then the yeast should be able to convert it into alcohol. So per instructions, lukewarm water, add to the mustard and shake well. Well, I'm not going to add it to no mustard and shake well. I'm going to put a teaspoon in now and hope for the best. Probably should have done it before starting it. So in the beginning process, put it in there, so then it could have been working. Because I struggled with a sizer, a apple mead, had the same haziness. It's clearing out now in the bottle, but it's not what you want, is it? So dissolve half a cup of lukewarm water, 1 level teaspoon per gallon. So that's not the right one. 1 level teaspoon per gallon, which would be 2 of these. Although it's not a gallon, so I'm going to do 1 1/4, because I only have about 3.3 litres of this, and hopefully that might help. We're going to stir that in. Now, I didn't plan this part of it. I didn't think I was going to be doing this, adding that there. So yeah, it's a bit of a new one, but at the same time we get to degas anyway, so it's a win-win. Degassing is always important, because you can end up with a slightly carbonated drink if you don't degas properly, which I think I've had in the past. We know that it's at 0.99 because we checked it yesterday. 990, sorry. So it's not going to ferment anymore, because there's literally no sugar left in there, apart from if the pectin decides to break down, which I think it can then be fermented. But the ABV won't change a great deal anyway. I want the haze gone. Not really too bothered about the colour. I'm not even bothered about the haze, but it's just nicer to have a clearer looking beverage. So yeah, I get my airlock, which is here, and then that's going to sit and clear out before I bottle it. Happy days. And that is that for today. Take care and have a good weekend. Adios. Right, I know I've already said goodbye, but I've come back from the dead because I wanted to tell you what ABV this had reached. Now, this is the strongest beverage I've ever made. 17.95%. So it started off at 1.122 and it went all the way down to dryness. There is no sugar left in there whatsoever. And the odd taste that I got is just overpowering alcohol. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah, because it went all the way down to 0.99. I've just checked it out on a calculator. So I'm going to ponder what to do with it now, because although it's a really, really high ABV, it did taste okay. In a year's time, it will taste better, of course. But do I want to put something back to kind of hide the amount of alcohol in there? Or do I want it to have that kick in the face? I could dilute it with some orange juice. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I ponder on anyway, but that's where it's at. It's at flipping, yeah, stonking amount of alcohol. Have a good weekend.